Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to convert bulk graphs into C# scripts. Here I've got an example of a simple graph that teleports the player to your mouse when you left click. I'm going to show you how to do this in C# and we'll explain along the way how everything works. So to start off, you will first need to create your script. You will need to make a public game object variable for your player and a public camera variable. If you don't know how to make variables, don't worry, I'll show you how to make those too. This vector 3 at the bottom does not need to be public, but you can make it public if you want to. I just made it public to see the position of our mouse from the inspector. Here at the top you can see our list of variables. You can make a variable by just typing the type of variable and the name you want to give it next to it. Make sure at the end you put in a semicolon. That's how it knows you're done typing that. But in order to see it in the inspector, you need to put public before it. Here's what the curly brackets mean. I'll try to explain this the best way I can so it makes sense to you guys. See the first curly bracket as the start of a flow. See the second curly bracket as the end of a flow. Everything you do in between those curly brackets, it'll run in that order. This is where you put in your arguments. You just go to the next argument by ending it with a comma. Pretty self-explanatory. So now that we have a basic understanding of what's going on here, now we can convert this into C#. So as you can see here, it is attached to a branch, and that branch, if true, is going into a set position. A branch is basically an if statement. If this is true or false, it'll do this. So in the update, we're going to put if and then parentheses, and whatever we put in the parentheses is going to be checking for that if it's either true or false. Here it says get mouse button. Now it is called that, but you do need to put input because as you can see, it is under the input category. So you just put input dot get mouse button. When we hover over it, you can see that it takes an integer and it says that will be the button. Now, if you don't know what button's which, 0 is left click, 1 is middle click, and 2 is right click. We're going to put a 0 because we want to left click, and we're going to put curly brackets at the end to tell it, we want to do this if this happens. Now we're going to set it to true, so only does this when it's true. And the reason I put 2 equal signs is because 1 equal sign defines a variable while 2 is done for like math and logic. So we have those 3 done. Now we just need to set the position. Now how you set the position in code is a little bit different than how you do it in Bolt, but it's pretty simple. You just get the variable of your player and tap into its transform, so just put dot transform. Then you want to access the position, so dot position, and then you're going to set it equals to a new vector. It's a little weird, I know, bear with me. And then you're going to close it off with the parentheses. Now in here, you're going to put in the vector. We haven't defined that yet, so we're going to leave it empty for now. And end it off with a semicolon. Type our camera variable, then put screen to world point. And then you're only going to put in the mouse position in the values because you already defined which camera you're using by typing in your variable of your main camera. Now we want the world point to be equal to this, so we're just going to put world point then equals next to that. Next, we're going to fill in our empty value down here with world point.x and then world point.y. And that should be it. We're going to save the script and run the game. As you can see, it works exactly like the flow graph. Now I'm going to disable the script and enable the flow graph and show you that they're both doing the exact same thing. And that's it for me. I hope this video was useful in helping you understand how C# works, and I'll see you in the next video.